It's been an interesting day, to say the least. And some things are really making me think. I got a text a few minutes ago with a link, and then I called him and we talked for a while. And he said, "Hey, do you ever think about something?" And then we talked about something. Anyway, on this video, I guess Jabba didn't like what I had to say. You know, he had to come here and validate himself. And his story changed again concerning the house. A lot of things were pointed out to me that I hadn't really thought about all of it. It's good for a laugh with this guy. But to get serious and really think about what he says in chain of events, and you go, wait a minute, it makes no fucking sense. Job is bitching here about how, without naming me, people have no right to come on here and be talking about his personal business. Well, Jabba, maybe you shouldn't have that right either. The only reason everyone knows all your personal business is because you are the one that puts it out to everyone on here. Right from the get-go. Right down to every little detail. Wasn't it you from the beginning? Had to come on here crying the blues, moping around, oh, I'm going to lose my house, I'm behind on my mortgage payments, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm trying to get the bank to work with me, but they won't. They're not doing what they should be doing. I'm going to lose my house. It's all the bank's fault. You said that. Nobody else, not me or anyone else. And then you moped around. And, you can't work. Well, look at the state of health you're in, And it was said, you lost your job because, you couldn't pass a physical? That's required. I don't know much about CDL licenses, but I've heard, if I'm wrong, correct me, especially when you're driving commercial vehicles, even, a bus, for example, where public lives are in your hands. You want to make sure that you're fit enough, you're healthy enough to be behind the wheel, or healthy enough to be driving a dump truck on a city road that, could lose consciousness, not be able to handle a steering wheel and hit other cars and kill people. If I'm wrong, correct me. And what happened was a lot of things were pointed out that it's made me look at a whole different perspective of this whole drama that Job has been playing out. Right from the get-go. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. And wasn't it you that, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then wasn't it you that were telling people that, oh, your house was sold. You had a buyer. Then a couple of days later, oh, guy's not buying your house. Because he saw another house down the street from you, and he's been in contact with that owner. He's been avoiding your calls, so I guess he doesn't want to buy your house after all. You said that, Jabba, not me or anyone else. Okay? That's buyer number one. They didn't buy it. Then I got a court date coming up, early August, first week of August. What was that about? That's when they set a final foreclosure date, and the eviction is played out. I mean, why would you be going to court? Did you commit a crime, rob a bank, do something you shouldn't have to another person? Why would you have a court date? Got busted for drugs, illegal possession of a firearm. There are lots of reasons why you can have a court date. With your situation with a home and knowing how mortgage companies and banks work, it goes to a court. And things are done legally. You got a court date coming up. Then suddenly, oh, sold my house. Yay, I sold my house. But I got to be out in 15 days. What, is that the closing date? All right. And that's when you got to be out? No problem. You're on Easy Street, right? Sold the house. Now suddenly, oh, no, the house ain't sold after all. Nope, his house was only in pre-foreclosure. Because now, with a bank that didn't want to work with him before, now suddenly they're bending over backwards and giving him 2 or 3 different loan modifications. So he's on Easy Street. But payments are higher than they were before. Couldn't afford them before, but now he can. Okay. So people shouldn't be talking about things they don't know what they're saying. Well, Jabba, you say a lot of things that are so scrambled all over the place. You know what I think? I think you just like to hear yourself talk, but you don't listen to yourself talk. You don't realize what you say and how you contradict yourself constantly and how your story changes constantly. But other people do listen. They do pay attention and they start adding things up, something I really didn't do. And I'm surprised. Usually I catch those things, but you've been so much fun. Just so laughing at your attention, sympathy-starved ass that I really didn't even consider or even want to take you serious. But taking you serious at face value, I can understand. When he said, you know, Brian, I wouldn't be surprised if all this was just one big drama that Job had created from day one. And he's been playing it out and playing it out and dragging it out to get as much attention and sympathy as he can. And now he's played it out for a long time. People are hitting him with too many questions. Maybe he says little things he shouldn't say, you know, like, oh, I got to be out in 15 days to get sympathy. And then the days go by and it's like, fuck, what's going to happen when day 15 hits? And I'm still here. What am I going to tell these people? Oh, gee, now suddenly everything is worked out with the fucking bank. You know? You know, this guy will do anything for attention and sympathy. Remember when he had his near-death experience on life support? And his sister? Yes, his sister was texting people. How did she get their numbers? You know, on a text, you can't hear a voice, you know, if it's male or female. Texting people, stop picking on my brother. He's dying. He's on life support. He might not live through the night. You people are killing him. You're making him sick. And what, next fucking day you're fine? Checked yourself out of the hospital. It was a miracle. I guess this is another miracle, huh? Yeah, anyway, that's what was brought to my attention. Because for once, I try to take this guy serious. And when I did, nothing at all added up. Not a fucking thing added up. Based on everything you yourself, Jabba, have said. You don't want people talking about your personal business on here? Maybe you should take your own fucking advice.